Today, we are diving deep into the technicals of a stock that has just gone absolutely wild. 10 holdings, ticker XHLD. I mean, its chart basically went vertical on massive volume, creating this incredible high-stakes tug-of-war between unbelievable momentum and some really serious warning signs. So in this explainer, we're going to break down all the forces at play and, what could happen next.
So let's just kick things off with the number that got everyone's attention, right? On October 28th, XHLD just exploded, posting a single-day return of nearly 52%. I mean, think about that. A move like that, in one day, is just staggering, and it was driven by an absolutely insane surge in trading volume. This was not a quiet move up. This was a full-on market stampede.
And right here, this is the main conflict of our story, taken straight from the analyst report. On one hand, you've got this incredibly strong, aggressive, bullish momentum. But on the other hand, the very thing that makes it so exciting, this parabolic rally, also makes it extremely vulnerable. It's like a high wire act, and for the rest of this breakdown, we're going to be looking at both the wire and the long way down.
Okay, first things first, let's really zoom in on the sheer chaos and energy of that one trading day, just so you can understand the scale of what we're talking about here. This quote just perfectly captures the wild ride that traders were on. I mean, the stock opens, it nearly doubles to its high, and then it does a complete round trip, closing even lower than where it started. A price swing that big in a single day shows you just incredible volatility, and that intense selling pressure was meeting those buyers head on.
And look, this wasn't just a handful of traders having some fun. We're talking about over $359 million worth of this stock changing hands in one day. That level of dollar volume just hammers home how significant the market participation was. It really feels like everyone had their eyes on XHLD.
So what technical factors were pouring gasoline on this fire? Let's take a look at the specific indicators that were signaling such powerful momentum.
Well, the report points to a dashboard that was just flashing green all over the place. You had indicators like the Arun oscillator and the ADX signaling maximum bullish strength. The price even blew right past its upper Bollinger Band. That's a classic sign of an explosive move. And crucially, the on-balance volume confirmed this wasn't just fluff, it was backed by a massive wave of real buying pressure.
Now check this out. The scale of this volume is what's truly mind-blowing. The report actually calls it climactic volume, and you can see why. The day before the surge, around 25 million shares were traded. Pretty standard. But on the day of the surge, almost 845 million shares. That is more than a 30-fold increase. It's a level of interest and activity that is almost unheard of.
But for every action, there's a reaction. And in the world of technical analysis, for every bullish signal in a move this extreme, you have got to look for the warning signs. So let's switch gears and look at the red flags that are starting to pop up on that same dashboard.
Okay, first up is the RSI, the Relative Strength Index. The easiest way to think about it is like a momentum gauge. It tells you how fast and how far a stock has moved, which helps you spot if it's getting into overbought or oversold territory.
And XHLD's RSI is clocking in at 69.32. Now, typically, the level for overbought is considered to be 70. So this is basically like your car's temperature gauge getting dangerously close to the red zone. It's a really clear warning that the engine might be overheating, and this whole rally could be running out of steam.
Next up is the CCI, which is the Commodity Channel Index. This indicator is specifically designed to spot when a price has moved way too far, way too fast from its average, signaling a potential reversal is on the horizon.
And the CCI for XHLD is at an absolutely staggering 402.92. Now, to put that in perspective for you, readings above positive 100 are already considered strongly overbought. A reading over 400 is it's an extremely rare territory. It's basically screaming that the stock is unbelievably overextended from its norm.
So what all this brings us to are two totally competing stories that the data is telling us. In the short term, yeah, the price has exploded above its 5-day moving average, a clear bullish shift. But if you zoom out, the price is still trading below its long-term, 150-day average. This suggests that this incredible rally is happening inside the context of a much larger, pre-existing downtrend. It's a powerful bounce for sure, but maybe a bounce nonetheless.
So, the million-dollar question is, how does this resolve itself? The report actually lays out a few potential paths forward based on all these conflicting signals.
Okay, so the report outlines 3 distinct possibilities. First, the bullish case. That massive volume somehow continues and the stock makes another run at its recent highs. Then there's the bearish scenario. The Those overbought indicators we just talked about finally kick in, triggering a sell-off down to key support levels. And finally, the neutral case. The stock just kind of churns, consolidating around a key price point as the buyers and sellers just fight for control.
And that really brings us to the key takeaway from this whole analysis. It's a story of extremes. The stock is showing this intense, undeniable short-term bullishness, and it's backed by incredible volume. But at the exact same time, multiple key indicators are flashing bright red, warning that this kind of parabolic move is just unsustainable and that a reversal could be right around the corner.
Which, of course, leaves us with the ultimate question for anyone watching this stock. Are we seeing the start of a powerful, new, sustained rally, or are we just watching the final, frantic moments of a bubble that is about to pop? The technical data says it could really go either way, making this one of the most fascinating, high-stakes stories playing out in the market right now.